How you doing? If you don't know, my name's Nick. I live in upstate New York, Catskills. I do a lot of construction on the house videos, working on cars, working in the shop, fishing, tip videos, short video where you might learn something or save some money or both. If you're interested in that sort of content, subscribe. You'll probably be happy with what comes out, I think. So let's get started with this video. This is everything that I've bought that I haven't installed yet for my Ram 2500. I have a 2021. It's very new. It's only got about 2,500 miles on it. It's a tradesman. And I've bought a lot of stuff and I haven't installed it yet. And the reason is because a lot of things that I have bought sort of work, maybe not together, but they're in the same area, and I would have to take it off again to put something else on. So I really just gathered up everything. I'm gonna take the whole front end off, drop the axle too, and disconnect things. We're gonna put everything on in one shot. So let's get started. I'll show you what I have. If you like gear, you'll probably like this video. It's good. Nothing crazy, but I got some good deals. And also, just to get this out there, I didn't get any discounts on anything. I'm nobody. So anything you see here that was bought new was full price. So yeah. All right, let's get started. All right, let's talk about plastic first. Plastic pieces that need to be installed. If you watch the video, the top 10 things you might hate about the Ram 2500, the 5th gen, you know that mine came with chrome. I didn't order the truck. I got it in transit. It was in transit, to the dealer. It had chrome on it, but it had a whole bunch of stuff that I wanted. So I didn't really mind that it had the chrome. I got silver, so it sort of blends in a little bit, but I'm not a fan of chrome. I talked about how, the bumpers, the emblems, and the pieces that go around the grill, which is called bumper filler panel or applique, A-P-P-L-I-Q-U-E. I said how it's very difficult to find. It took me about a month and a half, and I found the pieces I need. If you watch that video, I mentioned it was 6 pieces. It's actually not 6 pieces. It looks like, this is the big one at the top. This one looks like it's 3 pieces, but there's just a seam here. So it's actually one whole piece. This thing new from the dealer is about $500. Yeah, so that's a lot of money. This piece is the top middle piece. This is, I don't even know. This might be like $400 from the dealer. Not in chrome. I'm talking just in this black. This is just black primer. And then you got these 2 pieces. They're probably like $150 each. Basically, this thing costs, these 4 pieces, it's over $1,000. Might be like $1,100 or something like that. I got it used from a place called Schram Auto Parts, S-C-H-R-A-M, Waterford, Michigan. If you're looking for truck stuff, these guys got a lot of parts. I was amazed. I don't know what side it was, but I saw one of these on eBay. I had a saved search. That's what you should do. Ram 2500 applique. Save search. Ram 2500 bumper filler. Don't put any years in. You're going to have to sift through that by hand because the way people type in the years, it can get all screwed up. You're better off just searching by hand, sifting through them by hand, looking for the year that you need. This thing came up and I was like, oh, wow. And then I saw the name of the company. I tracked down the number, called them up. They had everything. $405 shipped to me, and these things look brand new. There's not a scratch. There's not a gouge. It says it's from a 2020. It's from a 2020. It must have been a rear end total, and it just didn't have that many miles on it. These things are perfect. There's a little bit of glue residue, tape residue that I just have to peel off a little bit. Other than that, we are looking perfect. And I'm very happy with this purchase. Very happy. $405 is great, and we're going to be good to go. We're going to pop off those chrome pieces, and we're going to put these on. Check out that Schram. They got a ton of stuff. Also on the grill, there is the chrome Ram emblems. It's 3 separate letters. RAM. I got them in black. So you have to take the grill off, and I think there's, that I'm actually not even sure. I think these are I thought these were replacements, but I'm thinking these might be overlays now. I haven't opened up these bags yet because I don't want to get anything scratched. I'm not sure if these are replacements or overlays. We're going to have to look into that. The other thing is these little U-shaped pieces. They go on either side of the ram. Right now they're on there as chrome. These are overlays. I know this because there's 3M tape on the inside. Something about these. If you don't like these, I don't really like these U-shaped pieces, but when you black it out, you're really not going to see it that much. But let's say you really don't like it. Let's say you just don't like those things. There is one grill that comes on a 2500, Ram 2500 5th gen, that doesn't have these pieces. There's only one. And it's a very rare model of the 2500. It's called the Longhorn Edition. If you can track down a grill, there's actually one, well, I'm saying, and who knows when you're watching this, but there's one on eBay right now and it's 800 bucks. It's used. It's a chrome grill. So if you don't mind chrome, it's a chrome grill that just has the slats. That's it. There's no U. Essentially, this is gone. That's the grill you're looking for. Also, if you wanted to, you could probably buy some slat stick-on ones like this for the entire thing. You could probably track them down somehow. Maybe you have to cut things to make them work. I don't know how you do it. But there is one grill out there. It's OEM Longhorn. So tough to find, but if you want it, if you really want it, I bet you could track it down after a little while. Last piece, the Ram logo for the tailgate. I'm replacing it with this blackout one. There's a lot of other, I keep saying logo, emblem, logo, whatever you want to say. There's a lot of other emblems on the truck. There's the 2500 heavy duty on the hood. That's chrome and red. You can get those blacked out, but the heavy duty's still in red. They cost like 75 bucks a piece. It's a lot of money. I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take those off and see if I can sand them and paint them all black, because I'd rather get the heavy duty to be black. You can't find the heavy duty in black. It's just heavy duty in red, everything else black. I'm gonna spray them. Let's see what happens. If it doesn't work out, I'll plunk down the 150 bucks and get the two emblems. You have to, because there's an indentation in the hood. It's not like a side emblem, which I'm going to talk about now. There's Ram on the side and Hemi on the side, both sides. There's 4 emblems. I'm taking those off, and I'm probably not going to replace them. I want to clean it up. There's also a 4x4 on the tailgate, chrome. I'm taking that off. I'm definitely not putting that back. So many emblems everywhere. If I were to replace them all with blacked out, I mean, it's a silver truck, so it's just blackout pieces everywhere. No. That's the plastic. That's what I got. Also, I guess this is 60 bucks, all 3 letters, and this is also 60 bucks. And these U-shaped pieces are 60 bucks. Obviously all new. You can find them on eBay. Very easy to find. Very easy to find. And you probably could find somebody that's selling them near you. I found somebody in New York that had all of these things. All right, let's move on to suspension related stuff. Couple things right off the bat. First thing is I didn't go crazy. I did a leveling kit. The second thing is that I already have a Thorn Active Rate sway bar installed in the truck. I put that in. I wanted to put it in alone, even though what I have to do here requires me to take the sway bar off, well, detach part of it. I wanted to put it on. I wanted to see how the truck felt. I'm still testing it. I wanted to be able to test all the different things sort of separate. That's for a later video. So I have a Thorn Active Rate sway bar on there right now, and I'm going to put on a leveling kit. It's Thorn also, well, it's Thorn tuned. This is a Fox 2.0 shock, and this is the front shock. And all I wanted to do was a leveling kit. That's really all. I wanted the ability to, in the future, if I really wanted to, put a 37-inch tire on. Not going 37s right now. We'll talk about that in this video. That's it. So Fox 2.0. I don't understand what they're talking about with this tuning stuff. I don't know. Tuned. I really don't know. But here's the spring. Black spring. This is Thorn TF351. In fact, as I was getting ready for this video, I happened to notice there's a pretty good gash right here on the spring. And I got these from CJC. Well, this is made by Thorn, and I think it's drop shipped. I don't think CJC touches these ever. I think it comes right from Thorin. I assume it comes right from Thorin. Let's see, there's a label here. Nope, it's ripped off. So I emailed CJC. Let's see what they say. Again, I have no allegiances to anybody. So let's see what happens. Now, if you don't know, the spring is really what creates the lift. And you also notice that I only have, sorry about the plastic bag noise. You notice that I only have front springs and shocks. I haven't done anything. I haven't bought anything for the back. I will not be buying aftermarket springs for the back. Shocks, there's a possibility. We're going to put these in first. We're going to see what happens, and we're going to see how the ride is. But the springs, no, because I want the payload to stay. I don't want to lose any payload. The truck's 3,100 pounds payload. I want to keep every single pound of that. The spring controls the payload, if you didn't know. All right, let's move on to bumpers. Bumpers, front and back. Weston HDX front and back bumper. I didn't buy these new. Oh, I guess I should point out, it was about $700 for the springs and shocks. So, brand new, no discounts or anything like that. The bumpers I got used. Somebody was selling them on Facebook Marketplace and they were 2 hours away. Let me tell you what they cost new first before I hit you with this used price, because it's amazing. The front bumper goes for about $1,650 and the back bumper goes for $1,400. So plus tax, you're looking at $3,300. I think it's free shipping, which amazes me. But $3,300 for these two bumpers. The bumpers, they're seriously heavy duty. They weigh a ton. The front bumper, I took everything I had to get it out of the truck by myself. It's winch ready, which is great. That's what I really wanted. It's got spots on the front. I'll give you some close-ups of the bumpers, obviously. It's got spots on the front for two light bars. You can also connect a pre-runner bar or another light bar on the front, or you could custom make your own, grill protection if you wanted to. The winch spot accepts a 12,000 pound winch, or I think 9.5 inches high is the max. I will be putting on a winch, but I am not getting some crazy winch because I am not the type of person that's going to be doing insane off-road things. It's really just a backup plan. I'm probably just going to get a Harbor Freight 12,000 pound winch. I think it's like $500. I'll be getting a steel cable, not synthetic. I think synthetic is great, and I think they're very safe. The problem is that where I live, the rain, the snow, the cold weather, I bet you the synthetic rope doesn't last 2 years. The rope gets soaked, and if you use it in the rain, the rope gets soaked and it'll freeze and blow out. That's the end of it. So I'm going with steel, and you just got to be careful. But I'm not going to be using it a lot. If I use it once a year, I think that would probably be it. That's why I'm not spending $1,500 on a winch. We'll test the winch at a later date because I don't even have it yet. But that's what I will be buying, the Harbor Freight one. The back bumper is the same. It's got 2 light spots, and actually it came with the lights. How cool is that? These are 6-inch lights. 2 6-inch lights. Yeah, the 1320 lumens each. It also came with a can of touch-up from Weston. This color is 880005 Weston Black Smooth Finish. And it has all the brackets and attachments and everything. Now, there is a little bit of surface rust, nothing structural at all. It's just rocks kick up, they chip the paint, and then it rusts in a day. One day you'll get a little bit of rust. So I don't know exactly what to do about that. Again, it's nothing bad. Honestly, I could just leave it. But I might hit it with a little sandpaper and then touch it up, since I got the touch up. We'll figure that out. I could just leave it, honestly. It really doesn't matter. It's just gonna rust again because it's just gonna get hit with rocks and rust. But that's it. What did I pay for it? Okay, $1,000. $1,000, obviously no tax, cash in hand. Had to drive 2 hours and 2 hours back. Totally and completely worth it, without a doubt. And I have to say, I wasn't looking at this bumper I was actually looking at a ranch hand. So this is important. I was looking at a ranch hand. Those things are expensive. But I said, all right, you know what? It is what it is. Deer, you don't know how many deer. Since we moved up here over 5 years ago, I have hit like 10 deer. I swear to you, I've hit 10 deer. Most of the time, it's not that bad. I cracked a grill one time. I had a 4Runner when we first moved up here. I traded in my Rubicon for a 4Runner. It lasted about 6 months. I didn't like it. But, I mean, I really nailed this thing. I nailed it. It was like $4,000 worth of damage. In a nicer area, I mean, not in the Catskills, it's like $4,000, $4,500. Over here, you get it done for like $1,500. But it was a ton of damage. Quarter panel, hood, grill, light, everything was all screwed up. And I'm like, you know what? Never again. Ever since then, I've been very cautious, but still, you just hit deer. It's just the way it is. There's no lights anywhere. So I was thinking ranch hand is the right move. I had the thing in the cart. It was in my cart. I was ready to press order. And I was like, you know what? Before I go any further, let me just see what this thing weighs. I look up. It's like 300 pounds. 300 pounds. We're talking about 10% of my payload is in the bumper. And I said, you know what? No way. So then I was looking for a steel bumper, just the bumper, and I saw these on Facebook Marketplace. I said, this is the look that I want. So that's what I went with. The front bumper's probably, I don't know, 150 pounds. The back's probably 100 pounds. That's good for me. I would say that that's no problem. I mean, now we're talking about 250 pounds for front and back bumper. And before it would have been 300 for the front, and then 100, it would have been 400 pounds. So I'm saving 150 pounds. And in reality, if I wanted to make it cheap myself, make a cheap grill guard, I could do that with a thin metal pipe. And I could probably make one for 50 pounds or something like that. Save a little weight. That's where we are with the bumpers. I'm very happy with this purchase, honestly. And another thing that's cool is that from Weston, you can order one of those license plate mounts that are on a hinge. That's cool, right? So you could put the winch behind it, right? And it's covered by the license plate. That's pretty sweet. All right. Lastly, let's talk about wheels and tires. Wheels first. I'm not taking any risks. I was looking at some I'm not going to mention names, but I was looking at some other wheels, and I was, I could, these things look great. Maybe I could save a couple of bucks. In the end, I was like, you know what? I'm not taking any chances. I went with Method, and I also didn't take any chances on the color. I know a lot of people get black wheels, and it is what it is. Let me just close this box up. This is the one that I got. This is a 317, and I assume you're going to say they look either pretty good or great. One in that area right there. It's not taking a risk. My friend Chris too, I told him I picked up some Method wheels, and he was like, did you get bronze? And I was like, no. Here's the thing with bronze or gold. They don't go with anything other than the car. If let's say I had painted to match bumpers and it's just nice and clean, a little bit of a lift, nothing crazy. You put some bronze Method wheels on, they really stand out, they look great, and it's kind of like the star of the show. The wheels aren't going to be the star of the show for this truck. I have some other plans for it, some big plans, bigger than this, and I don't want to do something that's going to clash. I don't want to have black bumpers and black door handles and black mirrors and black applique bumper filler and then bronze wheels and then some other color somewhere else. So I had to go with black. A lot of people go with black. I guess it's kind of trendy, but it's the only thing that's going to blend in. That's it. I'm very happy with the purchase. I got 5 wheels. I'm going spare tire. You're serious when you get the spare tire. So I'm going. I got an extra rim and I got an extra tire. Let's talk about the tires. This I really thought about a lot. And if you haven't watched my video on how 35-inch tires are a ripoff. I'll link it in the description. You should check it out because I went through a ton of stuff to try and figure out exactly what tire I wanted and how to get the best price, because tires are expensive, very expensive. This is a Falken Wildpeak AT3W. I was fairly certain I wanted this tire, but I was going back and forth between this tire and the KO2. I read as many reviews as I could find, and everybody said the same thing, that if you're in rain or snowy conditions, which being in the Catskills I am, this is the tire that you want. You don't want the KO2. The KO2 is a dry condition tire, period. It's a great tire, absolutely a great tire. I'm saying all-terrain versus all-terrain. KO2 is an all-terrain. It's a dry condition tire. Will it get it done maybe in rain? A lot of people said no, but it probably would be fine if you take it easy. If you take it easy. But with the conditions that I'm in, the AT3W, they make an AT3 also, and I think the AT3 goes up against the KO2. I think. This is the AT3W. W stands for either wet or winter. I'm not really sure. I got a 295 70 R18. So I have an 18-inch wheel. I should have mentioned that, 18-inch wheel. And also the wheels, another thing I should have mentioned, it's with tax it was $1,300 for the 5 wheels. These tires were $275 each, so obviously I got 5. I'm very happy with these tires. I'm happy with the size. They're 34.3. It's really kind of the biggest you can go without starting to screw things up. And you should watch my 410 gears video, and you should watch that 35-inch tire video. And I also have another tire video. I'll link them. I'll link all like the truck type stuff in the description. But in reality, if you start going over a 35, which this essentially is a 35, because a 35 isn't a 35, watch the video. If you start getting into the 37 range, there's a lot of things you need to do. The truck gets screwed up, because here's what happens. Everybody knows, okay, everybody knows your speedo, your tack, these things, your speed's going to be off and your mileage is going to be off. I think everybody knows that part. Here's what people don't know, is that your gearing is now off, which means your towing is completely off. And also, some people probably know that, but here's what you don't know, is that the computer controls your air-fuel mixture via how fast you're going. If it thinks you're going 50 and you're really going 40 or whatever it happens to be, or you think you're going 40 and you're going 50, the fuel air mixture is going to be screwed up. It's going to be screwed up. Your car is going to be running rich or it's going to be running light. You don't know what's going to be happening. And that is all because it thinks you're running a 33-inch tire and you're running a 37-inch tire. That is a big difference. So you have to bring it to a dealer and you have to get them to change it around, which is it's a process. It's a real process. There are actually some units you can buy that plug in and you can adjust it. I'm not sure how well they work, but either way, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. This is what I got, and I'm going to have full range of travel with the lift that I have, with the 2-inch in the front. 2-inch in the front is going to match the back. There's already a higher lift in the back. If you don't know, trucks, especially a 3/4 ton, which I have, it's a little bit higher in the back because I think you're going to be putting in a load, and that levels it out. So I'm going to level it out in the front. But I'm going to have full range of travel, and I think these are going to be great for me. Hopefully soon we can get them on. Obviously, I can't put the tires on. I don't have a tire machine, and I don't have a, something to put the weights on, to check the balance, right? So I have to bring that to somebody. I'm going to install everything else. I'm going to drive it over there with the stock tires and rims. They're going to deflate the tires, my stock tires, pull out the sensor, put them in this one, balance it, and throw it on. So that's it. And then I'll be done with this phase of the truck. That's it. That's all I have. I don't know if you got a 3/4 ton truck or even a 1/2 ton truck or something. Drop me in the comments. Tell me what tire you're running, like where you're from. That would be great. Are you using do you use a suspension change? Do you just do a leveling kit? What are you using? I just want to hear from people, what they think, because I'm testing things. Like, I'm going to drive around the truck with the lift and the OEM tires. I'm going to drive it around for a week. I'm just going to see how it feels. Then I'm going to put the tires on. I'm going to try and see. I want to do each one in stages. That's really what it is. That's why I have the sway bar in now to test it out. All right. That's it. Thanks, everyone.